Omnia Podcast, guys.
Episode 5.
5, 5, 6. Well, back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Coronavirus. Guys, today's topic, we're going to talk about coronavirus. No, basically the president just spoke and it's kind of like shaking up everybody. Everybody is hashtag shook. Everybody in this room is hashtag shook. I'm not shook.
Not shook.
Okay,
not
so
shook.
then I guess none of us are because I'm not shook.
We're all prepared.
You're a lie. We're all prepared, but it is a little scary because like people are dying out here.
I wouldn't say I'm prepared, but I'm not scared. I think if you have a good immune system and if you're eating healthy and washing your hands and not scratching your ass, I think you'll be all right. But
Guilty as charged.
Breaking news, Corona comes from scratching your ass.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's actually something I'm confused about because I know like when the topic first came about, it was they were saying that it was from like eating bats and
Yes.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Is that true?
It's not confirmed.
I'm pretty sure it was confirmed that it was
Nothing's
from.
confirmed here.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure from something that I read that it was confirmed that it was from. You're right. I don't know if it, because you don't really know what you can trust when you read. Like I'm
But
always
True.
not to cut you off, just to get it out there. A lot of people think coronavirus is new. If you go on your Lysol wipes, turn it around, it says fights coronavirus, along with
I saw that.
a
on
whole
Twitter.
bunch of things.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
That being said, I always use the term trust but verify,
right,
which is something that I literally live by because even if it's a well-known disease, even if it isn't, even if it's new, even if it's not, it's just a little nerve-wracking, and you never want to be the one that got coronavirus at your job, and
Right.
Yeah,
or
seriously.
even spread it. So it's
I think it's like even more scary and it more of like a hashtag epidemic because there's like real life people that are getting them. Celebrities are canceling Coachella and Stagecoach, and these are like really big festivals that bring in a lot of money. So for them to
colleges too.
like
Here's
colleges.
NCAA,
Yeah,
Here's where I'm a little-
basketball.
yeah.
I'm a little like confused only because celebrities getting it and all these random people that we don't know, but I have yet to hear of someone actually knowing someone that's gotten it.
Yeah.
So that's just me in the back of my
I
mind.
think that's like a good sign though.
It's a good sign, but it's also like then where are the people at, in a sense. But then also there's a part of me that's like, all of these big events are being canceled. Coachella, NBA games, like it's.
I mean, from a business move, it's a smart thing to cancel. You don't want to be the festival that 50,
spread
60 people get
coronavirus
coronas
all over
Yes.
Miami.
Yeah, literally. Just cancel it, dude. Just back out.
Cancel!
I saw almost all of the influencers that I follow were like devastated because Ultra's canceled, Coachella's canceled.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
kinda
There's a bunch of them.
serious.
A lot of my influencer friends are like posting like we can't even shoot like our work, like the sponsors, everything, like even their shipments that they film every day are from China, like the shipments aren't coming through.
Or like even from just the UK, like didn't the president just say like no?
Yeah, so starting
nothing.
Friday, I don't know when this episode is going to go out, but starting Friday, you can't travel from Europe to the United States on an airplane.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So right before this podcast, President Trump spoke and addressed the nation conveniently right after Survivor. So
Dude, I'm in Amsterdam right now.
Prime
Yeah,
time.
same.
right now you're in Amsterdam?
Is
Yeah.
it crazy that I like want to buy a flight to Puerto Rico?
You're like one of those memes. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll die getting corona, but I also won't die spending $4 on a bathing suit and $30 to the Bahamas. It's
No,
like,
but
I mean,
never
flights are
didn't
cheap.
See that
Flights are
meme,
cheap.
So millennial.
see, but flights are
Hashtag
flights
fuck
are cheap
y'all.
because no one's gonna be able to ride it, and then you're probably not gonna be
Right.
reimbursed.
Right.
That's not true, though. I saw another person that was actually a contestant on Big Brother. She just flew out to Dubai with her 3 friends, and they literally, the plane was completely empty. It was just them 3, and they flew out.
They might not be able to get back.
Exactly. That's a big deal. You have to decide. Like, even
Like
one
starting
of my
Friday, you
one of
can't
my
come back.
girlfriends.
Stuck in Dubai.
I mean, bro, if you got the money, Godspeed. But that
No,
shit's
they call
expensive
it
out
Dubai
there.
Don't, yeah, it's scary.
I heard that you have to pay insurance when you come in and out of Dubai. Is that true?
The laws are crazy there, so I wouldn't.
Like,
doubt
I wouldn't
it.
want to go to Dubai if I had to pay like an additional $1,000 when I'm
For
coming. in.
what?
It's like insurance purposes
For what?
to travel in and out of their
You
country.
You should pay me to be there.
I mean,
$1,000.
I'm sure they
find a brand.
would. I'm sure they'll pay.
I mean, that's. I'm not
Any
gonna
guests
lie.
from Dubai?
All the Twitter hosts, they be going out there, and you know what they be doing. Yeah.
What
It
they
ain't
be
no free
doing?
Photoshop.
I don't know.
You don't know what they be doing?
No,
Yo, you
what
don't
they
know what
be
they
doing?
do?
They're like prosties out there, dude.
Wait,
All the Dubai little princes hit up the Instagram groupies, all those LA, like I'm not even kidding, like the that guru. I'm
You're throwing
telling you.
names out there.
Even there was some of her little
throwing-
ho-hos.
I mean, you don't know if
Shout out
that's what.
to What was I going to say, though? I did have a question because of all these cancellations of Corona and all the craziness. But I read somewhere, one, that basketball was, they were going to be playing.
Without the fans.
Yeah.
And then LeBron threw a titty attack and was like, I ain't going nowhere. If the fans ain't there, I ain't there.
Is
They're
that
like,
your
LeBron.
impersonation of LeBron?
They're like,
James?
LeBron, you're playing. He's like, all right, I'm playing. Obviously. Fucking 50 mil a year, you're playing.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say, is that I read somewhere that he was like, I'm not playing if the fans aren't there. And now he's playing, I guess.
He's still playing.
Okay, now I'm just going down the list of like things that like I had in my head. And if you guys hear like a screeching noise, it's Kennedy because he was a bad boy today and pissed on my sister's bed. So he is not a part
That
of the
you're
podcast
paying
today.
for.
Shit. Anyway, Steph Curry. I heard that he was also like there was.
Influenza.
Yeah,
There
It's not
What?
Corona.
It's not Corona,
Okay,
but
but-
there was rumor like going around that it was Corona.
You're not seeming to understand the big picture here.
Yeah.
It's like A plus B equals C. It's like sick, weak immune system, and anything bronchial issues, phlegm, allergies, anything like that is like A, B, C, D plus equals Corona. Like, that's the whole point. It's like, if you have allergies, and then if you're having like a deep cough, if you aren't feeling good, if someone is sick in your job that you work closely with, like, it's all those things that really weaken your immune system. So when you walk into the gym one day and you just walk past a guy who just sneezed and, you know, is already immune or whatever the case may be, it's just, you don't know where you're walking. That's why for the past week and a half I've avoided the gym, because you just don't know who has it. The most healthiest
Sure.
person can be carrying it. You know, I work out a lot, and my 7-year-old nephew is literally the only person that has ever gotten me sick in my life, knock on wood. So it's like, it's awkward for me, because it's like you're not safe at the gym. You're really not safe even at Whole Foods or, you know, anywhere
Right,
that
'cause you could pick up food and kind of like put it back down.
could pick it up, you could put it back down, you could cough, you could sneeze.
Please don't do that. If you do that, don't do
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
don't be a dirtbag. Just fucking keep your hands to yourself and wash your.
Or you
fucking
know
hands.
what? Touch all the food you want. Wash your hands for the 35-second rule. Do the alphabet back and forth, and then go lollygag at Whole
No,
Foods all
please
day.
do not touch the food unless you're gonna purchase it. Like, don't be a dirtbag. Thank you.
You gotta find which apples are good, and
But that's another. But that,
Pick apples.
you're
that-
allowed to do that.
that's another thing too. Like the handling of the food. Like, I haven't gone out to eat. I mean, I did have a soup at lunch, but I'm
No,
very.
we trust those Isabellas, man. Come on. Shit
You
is
know, like
fire.
Food Exposed, like I like to go to Whole Foods and kind of make my salad and see what they have in the pizza section and this and that. But it's like, if it's exposed and all of these germs and you don't know what's being shipped from China, and it's nothing against China or Chinese people, you know, it's just, you don't know what's in the air or the boxes or anything. It's just, you
It's
have
China
to be
and Korea, right?
China,
That's where,
Korea,
like, I
UK, like
the
it-
most
States.
cases are, I think, in China and Korea, from what I've read. I honestly don't quote me on anything. I have no fucking idea.
I have a coworker of mine. His name is Lance, and he's from Jamaica. So he's like, Jamaican, like from the roots. And he, like, even before this, he's like, oh no, honey, like, even when I go home, if it's peanut butter, I rinse the jar. My wife thinks I'm crazy. I scrub vegetables with soap and water. Like, that's how, because he's like, it's not even the pesticide, that's when they fall on the floor, anything. Even with I forget what his story was. He said that he had seen, driving back from Florida or something, he had seen a nitrous oxide truck, like an old truck carrying like a bunch of ShopRite food. So he was already sussed out at the fact that like food could be transported in a place where that had like chemicals. So he was just very sussed out about it and would like rinse off like jars and like even like fruit that wasn't like edible like that. So
I mean, my question is, because I always like to see like both sides. At what point are you cleaning your vegetables or food with like dirty water? Because like I personally don't drink tap water, especially like in the Northeast. Like it's maybe down south in Florida or like in California. Like everyone's water is different. But New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, tri-state area, it's not really encouraged to drink tap water. Our who knows what's in our pipes or anything. So my thing is, you go to clean your vegetables with water you would never drink. It's like, is that cleaning it?
My friend Avanya's mom, who's Dominican, she literally puts a splash of Clorox in the water when she soaks her vegetables, and people are like, you're crazy. But in her, she's like, bro, that cleans the dirty shit.
I don't know about that.
Well, hey, she's still alive. Her 87-year-old husband is still alive. Vanya's still, so it's like.
I mean, I drink the tap water.
I definitely say look into that before you practice anything like that.
No,
We don't encourage to put
don't do anything.
Put Clorox on your
Clorox or
vegetables.
fluorine.
Disclaimer.
Wait, is that true?
I swear.
That's
I
crazy.
swear. I've seen
Yeah,
her do
ask her
it.
about
I
that.
watched the food. And the
Ask
crazy
you.
thing is that she's Dominican. So I've seen this woman do magical things. Like, I've seen her take an old pineapple. Like, I'm talking, like, mushed up to I would have thrown that out. She's like, throw that out, girl. Let me show you. Cut that up. Laid it out, and what she did was ferment it, and it turned into an alcohol, like a rum almost. We got drunk off of the juice we drank.
Bruno.
But
What you know about that Bruno?
What is that?
I know
You
nothing.
don't know about that Bruno?
Nah.
I know nothing, but I know
It's
she did that.
alcohol that you can make in jail.
From pineapples?
Fruits, just
From
the
any
fruit
fruit?
cups, They
Oh,
just
fruit
keep-
cups.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
There's
how.
pineapple in those,
Oh my god.
That's
Well, any
insane.
fruit, yeah.
so it's like
I definitely growing up, I would drink the tap water, and like
You
even
drank the tap water.
even if now like I'm like really thirsty, like
Well,
my sister
people-
will be like, she'll give me like a Fiji fresh water bottle, but like once that's out, I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna. I feel like I would die first from dehydration rather than like something in the water. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
I mean, Yo had a little tester, and he came to the house, and he like tested it, and it was like the worst water possible. Like,
Yeah.
so for me,
our
like,
tap water.
listen,
Yeah, any tap
It's
water.
pretty bad.
I'll.
New York tap water supposedly is
Right.
really good.
I was just gonna say
No,
that it's
really,
like.
dude?
Dude,
I
it
don't
tastes
trust
good
that,
out
man.
there, man. I'm not gonna lie.
But tastes
It
good, dude.
tastes
good.
Aquafina,
It
Aquafina
tastes
tastes good, and there's salt in the ingredients.
I don't trust it. Yeah, no,
Yeah, but that's
Aquafina.
purified water.
Yeah, but like, you're going off of taste or what's healthy? Because McDonald's tastes good.
Water is
I don't
really,
think so.
really, really important. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to convince a vegan to.
I never
I'm not
realized.
vegan.
I never realized water had an actual taste until we went to Iceland, and we really tasted. I was there like as soon as we got in. I bought a pack of water, and they're like, "You're dumb.
The brisk.
You're dumb." They're like, "You take the water and you go on a waterfall and you break." And I'm like, "What?"
It's like an insult to like buy plastic.
No,
like,
literally.
water bottles.
Literally,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "What? Water?" Like literally, they put my face in it, and I'm just drinking this water that
What do you mean?
I don't want to tell you it tastes like mint. It tastes like fresh. It tastes like diamonds. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like
Crisp.
fresh. Like
Briskety.
it doesn't taste like water here. Like even in a water bottle, you know when you open a water bottle and then you leave it there and the next day you go to take a sip and it kind of tastes like
Plastic.
I don't know, like
Amoebas.
yeah.
No, I can never taste that. I can honestly never taste
I
that.
can.
I
I
can
can.
never. I just open up a straight water bottle and I just start gagging.
I subconsciously don't drink like the last like eighth of an inch of water. Like I always leave like a little bottom because I feel like if you drink that last section, that's like where everything's gonna settle and set. Like if anything's breaking down in your water bottle, it's gonna be at the very bottom because it's like the heaviest. And like subconsciously, I've always not drank the last little sip. I'm not saying like, you can swish it around and you'll hear
wastes
it.
like an inch of water.
No, I
yeah.
do not. Not
I'll
an
bring you one
inch.
in.
Waste an inch.
I
of
do the
water
same
per
thing
minute.
though, but for
Really?
different
Like this
reasons.
one.
Yeah,
It's
I
so-
poke the top of the bottle and I just walk around. Power quest, power quest, and
Or you use it as a spittoon.
then I drink it accidentally.
Does anybody else that's listening or watching feel the same way? Do you taste the difference in water? Do you taste the difference in Fiji versus Aquafina? Do you
Aquafina.
whatever? Do you taste
Oh,
a
that's
different
anyway.
water in tap, like a different taste in tap versus Fiji or tap versus Poland Springs? Like I really would love to get my other people's views or an input on it because I do maybe it's because I guzzle water down, like I can taste it, like I taste the difference.
Yeah, what's your favorite water brand?
What's your favorite water brand? How much water you drink, and do you taste difference in water?
Especially tap water.
Okay, who goes first? You go
Me.
first, Ashley.
I'll go
Oh,
first.
okay, Tiffany, you go first.
My favorite brand of water is Tap. No, I'm just kidding.
We could tell.
No, it's definitely Fiji. Fiji's like the best of the best, or Smart Water. And the amount of water that I drink is not enough. I drink like a water bottle or two a day.
Yo, how much water do you drink?
Like 2 water bottles a day.
That's it.
And my favorite is Poland Spring.
Yeah, man. It's an East Coast water bottle.
That Maine.
Ashley.
I drink 100 ounces a day.
How many
of
water bottles is that?
That's probably over 10.
10 water bottles.
What?
But you see, I'm a trickster. I've always grown up on water, and I think it's I find it easier if you have like a jug with a straw. That's how I drink my water. I have a thermos cup that she gave me. It's usually 20 ounces, and I fill it to the top. And every day I just drink the water in it. And it's easier for me because I just like sit there and do work, and I have a straw in my mouth, and I'm like, but it also bloats you a
Probably
little
why you
bit.
have really good skin.
But I really always like I'm a thirsty bitch. Like I'm
thirst trap.
like if I don't have water, I'm like dying. I don't feel good. I feel like I crave sugar. I want something else, and all I need is water. Like I need to be hydrated like all the time, or else I'm like I don't feel good. It's a bad feeling for sure. And my favorite water I think would be Fuji, just because it tastes
Fiji.
It tastes
Fujifilm.
It tastes. I really want to think about the descriptions, but it tastes like light. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm sorry.
Like light as in weight or like light as in bright?
Light as in
Yeah, if it's
taste.
the bright.
As in, no, but as in weight or like brightness? Like light, the word light, L-I-G-H-T, it's both words.
I feel like with a Poland Spring, you could taste like the. I don't know.
This is a difficult thing to
This
describe.
is insane.
Maybe-
Especially of water.
Maybe the chemicals a little bit. Maybe it's too fresh, the Poland Spring, but like the Fiji water is more of like. I feel like that tastes like.
Well, have you ever seen the commercial of Fiji? It's like a little girl voice or something, or like his little weird.
And it's
voice,
like a little waterfall, right?
father's untouched water from the natural source.
Untouched water.
Yeah,
from
it-
the
I think it's
Poland
because-
Spring, but it's not because it is Fiji water and it tastes really, really good.
That's what I feel like. I feel like Fiji water is something that I would taste from a natural like a stream.
A natural. No, like it's a naturally sourced, so it's not touched. Like water
I feel like I taste that.
So like closest thing to like Iceland water.
and like dirt.
Yeah, like organic, if that fucking even sounds right. Like organic
I mean,
water.
I feel like all water tastes the same. But how much water do you drink? What's your favorite water?
I'm always with a Poland Spring bottle. Like I always catch myself, but that's not my favorite. My favorite is Fiji, like hands down. And I probably drink like 6 to 8 water bottles a day. honestly.
Half when he leaves an inch at the bottom.
I don't. I don't. But I have another round to go on.
Yeah.
I want to know your opinions. Cold or cold or room temperature water? What do you prefer? Do you like your water chilled, or do you like your water to be room temperature?
Room temp, 100%. Like, it depends. Like, if I'm done with the workout, I want freaking cold water. But if I'm like just waking up, I want room temp.
Here
If
we have
I'm
Deer Park. This is not my.
None of this is
is on
sponsored.
sale.
Poland
Yeah.
Spring.
Yeah, we should
Always
definitely have
capture the
Fiji
Poland
if you
Spring.
want us to be drinking that fresh. But this is a little colder, but I'm always down for room temp. I have sensitive teeth, and I just feel like it like shocks my body when it's super cold. The only time I would really ever want cold water is if it's like burning hot out.
Well, there's two different traditions. There's the Asian tradition where they drink cold water to wake their digestive system up so that you're like awake and pumping up. And there's also like the Hispanic side where they drink hot water in the morning, usually with lemon, and it kind of helps digest too. So I've always been up in the air and like which one is better. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that or what you guys
I like
do.
hot in the morning. What about you, Yo? Though we didn't even ask him.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, did we? Yeah, we did.
Freezing cold.
You like
You-
cold water?
Yeah, to drink
Frozen
freezing,
cold?
like as cold as
No
possible.
way. You put ice in your water?
Yeah.
I hate that.
They say it's harder to break down in your body
The cold water?
because your body has to heat it up. in
Oh, it
order
definitely
for it
burns
to-
calories. It burns calories if you
Yeah, it
drink cold
makes
water.
your digestive system
Yeah,
start
because you're
to work.
introducing a colder temperature into your stomach.
I'm
and your whole-
joking. I have no idea what
No,
I'm
it
talking
definitely does
about.
for sure. You have to bring that part of your stomach back up to your body temperature.
See, that's where. So, like, I'm assuming the hot water just helps it break down like all the stuff you've eaten, and the cold water helps your metabolism kind of like start pumping. Like, all right, wake up, let's go, pick up the slack. And it's kind of crazy too because I was reading articles about Corona, and they're like, if you like don't have a dry mouth for more than 15 minutes, like if you could even
Whoa.
potentially have the virus in your mouth or your hands. If you drink water, the acid in your stomach will kill it. So never have cotton mouth. Like always try to have water and just keep like staying hydrated.
Oh, speaking of that though, I like my coworker I guess he was listening to like a Spanish YouTuber or something, and it was a guy who basically listed all the things that you could eat to basically prevent corona. And I wanted to know if there's like anything on your everyday list that you guys, I know you are like super big in your morning shots, but some things on the list were like turmeric, ginger,
vitamin C,
vitamin
water,
C.
vitamins. So if
It
you're
was
taking
olive oil, which I found interesting.
olive tree oil.
No, not tea tree oil.
It was olive tree oil. That's literally what you wrote down.
Oh, I didn't write anything down.
I saw the
They take notes before
Not
the
my handwriting,
episodes.
honey.
That was in your
So
handwriting?
if you guys
Oh.
don't take vitamins or do oils or anything like that, it's a very, very simple technique to just keep consciously in the back of your mind every day, and it is don't touch your face. If you're just always aware of your hands, if you have acne problems, it'll almost cure your acne within like a week or two. If you're touching your face, there's so much stuff that your hands are touching, your cell phone, doors. I did it today. I went into the store, get water, touch the handle. If I touch my face, it's over. With my skin, I learned I'll remember. I'll touch my forehead or something. If you don't touch your face, is she making fun of me over there? I'm
No,
looking straight at you
Kennedy.
guys.
No,
No,
we like
This
your
is real.
in the
This is
background.
real.
But here
Don't touch
I'm
your face.
actually scared because I always touch my face.
the thing
after.
is that you're so conscious, but you're so conscious until you're unconscious, and then you just like you do something and you don't even know
Right.
you did it. So that's where it's like I'm the same way, and I try to, but no, it's not reality for me. Like
But
You
that's
can
why
do
you
it.
just have to wash your hands constantly because you're always gonna slip up. If you are itchy,
You're always
if
gonna slip
something's
up.
gonna have,
You can go the whole day without touching your face if you think about it the whole day.
I think that maybe you think that you can, but I think that secretly you have touched your face and you didn't even notice it.
Ooh.
Damn, she said you a face toucher.
Battle of the block.
I'm
Battle
not.
of the block.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with her, but hopefully, if I do that, it's after a time I wash my hands. And
Touch
at
his
that
neck.
point,
Face touching, face touching.
I washed my hands before I came into the room.
But you touched the mic, you touched the door.
Attaboy,
You touched
attaboy.
that, you touched this.
These are all
Dog,
permanent
it's just
seats, so I don't think anyone, as long as you guys don't have corona, and I've been asking around, I'm sorry if any of your families are affected by corona, but I personally don't know anyone with coronavirus.
We should have had
I don't.
beers. Like, ding, 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 ding.
It was so funny. We were at Yo's friend's house the other day, and he has like 10 Coronas like poured out, like getting wasted at the table, and I'm like, did
I
you
was
get them?
like, yo,
I
bro.
was like, were those for free or were they on sale? Like, or
I would love to see Corona's stock numbers.
Do you
like,
think it's up or down?
it's definitely
It
down?
definitely hasn't moved.
Dude, it's
I
definitely
don't think it's
down.
moved either. No, because he said they weren't on sale or anything. He was like, no, they gave them to me for free, and I was like, get the fuck out.
No way.
No,
I
funny.
believed him. I believed him because
It's not
honestly,
true.
I believed him because why not? People are stupid. Like everyone, like I don't know. They think you're really gonna get the coronavirus from a beer. Like
Listen,
you have to be.
you're
an
right.
idiot.
People are stupid. People are racist, and people are prejudiced. So even if it just has a name
Yeah.
affiliated with it, people are ignorant.
Yeah,
That's the reality of it.
that's true.
We're here to educate you that it's safe to drink Coronas. Yeah, no, but shout out to Tony.
But
Big brother.
going back to the regimens of what you could do to, just keep a healthy immune system, I would highly advise just staying away from like gyms and recreational and places that have a lot of children, because children, I do feel like, innocent as they are, they're susceptible to a lot of germs, and they hold a lot of germs. So it's not you, it's really the kids, and they're innocent. They don't know. They're wiping their
I just want
fingers.
to touch your face.
Fingers,
But what I really wanted to ask you, not to interrupt you, but what is your morning routine? I know you always take those shots, but what is in that? Like, do you have a breakdown of that? Or
every day is a little different. I definitely chug a water bottle before I go to work, and as soon as I go to work, depending on the day, it's really gonna set. Am I gonna get a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, which I haven't done in a while? Touch his face.
guilty?
Or am I gonna go healthy and get like a one of these booster shots or whatever? So the booster shots that I take, they're all different. They have one that's charcoal, which is something that kind of like helps your stomach if you're gassy, if you're detoxy, and that's like the safe one. That's like the one that tastes the best. Then there's the spirulina one, which is like a green colored one, and spirulina's from the fish, like it's what the fish eat at the bottom of the sea. So that kind of helps your hair, your nails, and this and that. And I'm gonna get to the ones preventing with the immune system. And then there is the turmeric and ginger one. So it's turmeric, ginger, apple cider vinegar. This tastes like ass and pepper and spicy.
It like burns the back
disgusting.
of your throat. Like literally, like when I take because I can't take it in a full one. I have to take it in
You'll
half.
vomit.
And I literally like oh my god, like it like burns my throat. But then that just makes me feel like
Is it like
maybe-
apple cider vinegar?
Apple cider vinegar
It's a
is like
combination.
ice cream compared to
yeah,
this.
no, really.
I'm not kidding. Apple cider vinegar, you pop it down. It's a little
Tingle,
it's like
little
okay.
tingent.
These shots that I'm taking, and I only take half too. You feel them so much. You feel them go through your intestines.
Yeah.
You feel like heat here. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, you need water, and then you digest, and it's really a meal suppressant too, because once you feel it starting going through your shit, like it really cleans you out, and you feel good.
I feel like it makes me at least be like, holy shit, like I'm not as healthy as I could be. Because if you're taking that every day, eventually it's gonna like, pass through, do this. I mean, I know you take them a lot, but I feel like
Have they gotten easier?
They've gotten easier. I've learned how to like chase it. We'll save the charcoal for the last, and we'll like drink the turmeric one first, because there's turmeric and ginger, and then there's another one. I could pull it up, but yeah,
she has so many. They have so many. But
But
I
I
always
started-
tell her, I'm
Are
not
these prescribed?
no,
By a
they make
doctor?
them there. It's like a healthy juice
She
spot.
gets them at like this juice place, and I guess they
Yeah.
bottle their own, and they're
Yeah,
small. They're
yeah.
not like a full
They're
size.
like mini.
You'll die if you drink.
You don't
apple
see
they're
them on her
small.
Insta story. They're like these little 2 shots.
turmeric things. I'll
They're
pull it
so
up.
cute. They're like little, and she does like a little boomerang where they're just like dancing.
And the
around.
thing is I
Sorry.
used to take. I've been taking them because my throat was a little scratchy, and I was like, oh hell no.
But
like,
that's
I'm
what I
not
was
here for
going
it.
back to. Is I feel like it makes me feel like okay, I'm like not healthy because that's like burning down the wrong way, and like it's like I feel it go through my entire system, and you know shit makes you go to the bathroom too. I mean, not
This
to
one-
your mom, but it like definitely flows through your body.
Turmeric has powerful anti-inflammation and is loaded with antioxidants. We've added alkaline forming apple cider vinegar and a healthy dose of ginger. So that's like the yellow one that tastes like
Yeah,
trash.
man, apple cider vinegar, I can't even smell it. It's like, it's so bad.
I love apple cider
My mom
vinegar.
once told me, if your taste buds don't like it, you probably need it. And I really believe that, honestly.
Interesting. She never
I
told
hate the
me
taste
that.
of shit. I'm about to go nag.
Yeah. Like,
Nag, yeah. Wow.
I'm gonna get
You nasty
Yeah,
ass.
no. I think it's honestly though, it's kind of good for things like this to happen because there's things that should have been happening anyway, like the transit. Did you see like the subways and stuff? They're like cleaning them twice a day now. They're having people go in and basically do, I guess, what.
maintenance for
Yeah.
what?
We have
Yeah.
to clean.
Whoa.
guys.
Yeah, they're like, we have to go in there twice a day and mop that up. But it's like, yeah, no shit. There's like thousands of people traveling every day.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I could see that. I see a lot of people like like emails already piling up. Like people are gonna start working from home, and you know what? If that's how we have to take precaution, like, yes, I agree. Is it gonna fuck with our economy? Probably just a bit, but I'd rather that than have something that's going on in Italy. God rest those families and everybody else who's like hurt or, you know, infected. But it's a little nerve-wracking. Like the last thing you want to do is like actually be in a town where you can't leave and then you don't have water bottles.
Yeah,
It's like,
for
what the
sure.
fuck do you actually do there? Like
Yeah.
that's basically Marshall's Law without having Marshall's Law.
Yeah, literally you're trapped. Yeah. I mean, we've gone through a couple of these before. The East Coast has handled Sandy or hurricanes,
Right.
and there's been a little bit of scares. Y2K was a thing. We were
it
all
hasn't been like a
really
health
young, but-
epidemic though.
I mean, but it's still the same freak out that happens. Everyone, you know, it doesn't matter if you went shopping yesterday. You're gonna go get more water bottles. You're gonna go get more toilet paper. You're gonna fill up your tank. So it's all about, you know, it's cool that Trump spoke right after Survivor, so at least we were a little bit engaged and we were on top of the ball. So we were able to get water bottles before they sell out, and it'll sell out overnight. Like you see on social media, people posting on grocery stores, the whole bread aisle is empty, or you know, people are freaking out and trampling each other. I saw my friend works in Costco. Shout out Jesse in California, and
What's up, brah?
he posted the people coming in like running with the carts, and it's so crazy because those carts, they move like sideways. They don't just move forward. So people are like running for the first
Oh
time with
my
these carts, and they don't know how to handle them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
IKEA carts or like some grocery stores, they like move sideways or like different angles. So people are running with these carts that are moving sideways, and they're smashing into things, and it's just crazy. It's like sure, the president spoke 5 minutes ago, but like everything's still the same. You don't need to to hurt yourself
Mm-mm.
and
The problem
crash
is
your car to
nobody-
get gas.
It's like when we have a winter blizzard. Nobody gives a fuck because the news people are always wrong until somebody, okay, now the president's talking,
Right.
now everyone wants to start believing. The problem is that if you get a warning, you should really take that into consideration.
Right.
Like, it's not, people aren't just, I get it, the whole conspiracy theory and whatnot, but the reality is, like, in fake news and words of the conspiracy theorists, like, there was a guy who man-made this disease. So in reality, when word got out from
Is that true?
It's
though?
not confirmed.
it's not confirmed, but it's also not confirmed.
Hold
So-
on, I've been holding this punchline for the last minute. Americans are like, we have to wash our hands.
Yeah, I mean
It's
it's
not funny, though,
it's a good
because
it's a good thing. It's showing us
like-
that we should be cleaning our hands.
we have to
Waiting
make
for
our
so long.
food.
No, but really though, that's what I'm saying. Like with the whole sanitary things, like, oh my god, we have to like, you know, do shit that we should have been doing. Like I had to print out a letter from the president of our company, like directions on how to wash your hands and when you
crazy.
should do it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And then below, like when to use hand sanitizer. Like, when you don't have access to soap or water. It's just like, isn't this like what we teach our kindergarten class? Or?
Well, I mean, we're all moving really quickly. So for like 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, people are reselling hand sanitizer. So crazy. Like the prices were crazy on eBay. But New York quickly.
24 hours.
I got
It's been
that
like
Purell.
3 weeks.
I got that Purell.
No, I mean, it got crazy.
I'm gonna butt in right
It started
now.
to go. But can I just finish my thought? New York created their own hand sanitizer to avoid those
I'm gonna
problems.
tell you, I'm gonna stop everybody right now. Common sense is not that common. So, as little as someone teaching them how to wash a hand, you gotta remind these people, dude. Here's the problem: you're not helping yourself, you're hurting yourself if you don't print that memo. Because the reality is, we work with dirtbag guys who don't wash their hands, they wash their machine. That's the reality of it. One guy gets sick, and we've had people from China, from the UK help us physically with our machines. One guy touches that, and I'm not even saying either of those people. One guy his wife works at a hospital, and one guy here and one guy there.
Right.
They come in and they touch the machine. Now all these guys in different shifts are touching a machine. And, you know, these guys are handyman men. They're not worried about grease going up their fingernails or anything like that. So washing their hands is the last thing on their to-do list. So, you know, you have to really double check and really, like, put it
Well, then I'm
there.
glad that I could definitely be the one in the company to enforce proper hygiene protocol.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Hashtag
Common sense
thank you.
is not that common, though.
I think
Wait,
everyone
he-
should be prepared at all times. But like the last minute craze and running out, you just be conscious.
Or
Don't-
maybe I'm so calm because you guys are like Survivor.
I'm
like
so
have bug out bags and have been prepping me for a zombie apocalypse.
Well, that's
for, like,
what I
the
was
last 10
gonna
years.
say about him. I think you're so calm because your mother is a teacher and she is always germ free and hand sanitizer this and wipies that, and she put me on. I have 5 hand sanitizer. Don't rob me now. I have 5 hand sanitizers.
Got that Purell, yo.
You
They're
got
worth
that
nothing now.
pure,
It doesn't matter.
pure,
I
that
got it, but
pure,
only
pure.
because she sets me up with a bag every so often. It's like, here, we have extra.
She's
so
the
it's like,
best, honestly.
Literally.
Shout out to Doris. I love that. Love that lady. And you know,
Teacher,
Jose.
friend,
you know,
family.
fam friends.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like it's kind of scary.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm not here
actually
for it.
Yo, are you
We're
scared because you're wearing a mask all the time? So I think you're good, right?
Yeah, but just a reminder to all the viewers, I got that Purell. I got those Clorox wipes. I got all that. I got Clorox wipes for 45.
Chloro-
Yeah, just,
And just
let
so
me
you
know.
know-
Holla at your boy.
Something that is confirmed that Clorox wipes fight coronavirus.
Yeah, it's on there.
That's confirmed.
And it's been on there. It's not a new thing. If you go
Yeah.
get Clorox wipes
Yeah.
and you turn it around, it says fights coronavirus. So
That's why everyone thought it was like a joke in the beginning, because people are like, the coronavirus isn't new. Stop. It's the media. It's a frenzy. Go into your cabinet and go look in the back of a Lysol and see that Corona's on there. And that's literally what's taking a dump. And I went into the cupboard and I literally pulled it out. And I'm like, coronavirus. We're good here. This is
Literally
literally
sends the group chat a picture like,
I was like, because Liz was like, it doesn't exist and it's a brand new. She's still freaking out, poor thing. She's
I mean, it's definitely a
hypochondriac.
new mutated version of Corona. So don't
Right.
let the comments go crazy. But
right, not confirmed.
Hashtag I don't believe it.
coronavirus has been around.
No, I'm just
Listen,
kidding.
I'll be honest. I have friends like Liz who work in a school system, and they're already locking down. And I have girlfriends that are on a date right now, going out. Like,
Yeah,
to each his
it's
own,
so
girl.
funny.
I get it. I respect it. I don't know where I fit in the
Love
bracket
it,
there,
love it.
but I know that I just want to avoid it at all costs, especially if I don't feel 100%. So, you know, that's
For
really how I
sure.
feel.
I got those Clorox wipes, 3 for $5. I got that Purell. I got 1 gram bags for 15.
I'm gonna need that.
I got these Banana Bites organic peanut butter.
They were but they were really reselling Purell on eBay. Like there were people that were really.
$150 for the 120 milliliter bottle.
It's definitely good that New York did that. It gets out of control. You know, it's like you see people that go into these stores and like buy all the waters, and like, is that illegal? Like, is that a problem if
No,
the person's
it's
not
not.
gonna be? Hold on,
They
is the
resell it on
person's
the street.
not gonna be drinking all the waters, and now they're gonna go out there and chart? It's just like it messes up a lot of things that shouldn't be happening in a time where everyone should be working together. So New York took initiative and made their own Purell to stop people from buying Purells and like charging not because people get scared and they'll older people or like just people that just can't go out. They're so scared they'll buy $90 Purell
That's
because
so
they think
fucked
that
up.
it's
Yeah,
fucked up.
New
It
York
is.
is really messing with my business
That's
right now.
really
Yo does not sell Purell. Don't hit him with that.
I'm
That's so
gonna
fucked
be
up.
honest. I think it's something that is gonna mess with our economy and our stocks and our
The Purell?
businesses. Trump just said it today that he's gonna be giving out small loans to businesses that this is gonna affect. And in reality,
That's interesting.
anybody who's watching or listening, you should really Google and look into that if you are going to be affected, if you are pre-planning. I think this conversation is really just about awareness, and we're in a generation where we're allowed to talk freely, and
Right.
we're just sharing our ideas with you. If you get the option to work from home, do it. What's it going to hurt?
Hell
you
yeah,
know?
we love it.
I
You always say that. What's it gonna hurt?
and that's how I feel, to avoid spreading even just the flu or sickness to your family. Going back to what you said with with these old people buying Purell for $90. Hey, at least they got Purell.
How
I mean,
does that ruin the economy and the stock though? Like now
I don't
that
think
everyone is
the Purell, but I understand her point. It's like so many things in America are made or bought in China to resell just because there's profits there. So as a business, if you have your whole stock that's made in China and you're selling it and then you go to rebuy your stuff and something like this happens where, factories get shut down in China or there's like, you can't ship stuff from foreign countries to the United States. It messes up your business so you don't have any products to sell. But you're trying to juggle the business and you're like put stuff on back order because maybe it'll come around in 2 weeks. And you could kind of, so it's,
and I
it
just
does
wanna
affect it.
Side note, I think that's what a lot of young business entrepreneurs and big businessmen and women should be thinking about. We should be manufacturing and making more stuff in the United
Right.
States of America. And
America.
this isn't even to be prejudiced towards anywhere we're outsourcing from China, UK, England, wherever the case may be. The reality is that this is going to affect us
Right.
because we rely on 90% of our stuff to be transported from other
I agree.
countries.
No, I agree 100%. And you actually brought up a really good point that I forgot to talk about. When I was reading up on the coronavirus and everything like that, I had read something that sneaker releases are being like postponed. Like a lot of
I wouldn't,
Nike and
I wouldn't
Jordan
doubt it.
Everything's made in China.
new releases have been postponed, and I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was
Sneakerheads
interesting
freaking
since you
out.
guys were sneakerheads and a huge part of the sneaker community. What are your thoughts on that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you're spending, my honest thoughts, my mind goes to if you're spending $190 on Jordans right now and not taking advantage of the 10%, 15% downs in the stock market, like, bro, get your $190 and buy Pepsi or Walmart or Target or Bank of America or whatever.
Or hit me up for that $190 Purell bottle special I got right
no, wait,
now.
actually, hold on, time out, because I'm like not a stock nerd. What do you think I should be investing in right now?
Starbucks.
So look, this is what you do.
Starbucks, Snapchat,
You think, hold on.
Taco Bell.
This
Wait,
is
I'm
what you
asking
do
her.
because you don't need to listen to her opinion, and you don't need to listen to mine. You don't need to listen to anyone's.
You need to
right?
listen to me, bitch.
This is what you. This is
But
what you
work
do.
it.
You crazy kids.
In moments like this, you think you could either go the option and buy an $190 Purell from Yo, or you can think in your mind of what brands are gonna be there. In the worst case, right? Like
Disney.
Oh,
Purell.
Apple.
the big brands. Those brands aren't really gonna go anywhere. Like it doesn't
But I
matter.
feel like that's too expensive. Like I'm not gonna buy
here's the
stock
thing.
for like $600.
Tesla was just at $900 a share. You know how much they are right now? $523. That's almost half of what they were. You don't need to buy a $500 stock. You can buy $100 worth of a $500 stock. That's the thing. You have to capitalize, and I'm talking everyone here, capitalize on how low things are really going to be. And I'm saying wait, hold another week because we don't know how low anything is gonna get.
Right. We're not experts here. We're
Wait,
not
but
giving
hold on.
financial
Another
advice.
question for Eric, since he's the one who brought up like all the stocking and stuff. For somebody or for the younger crowd out there who really, isn't into stocks or doesn't want to spend a lot of money. Let's say like I wanted to invest $100 or $50. Like, is that gonna benefit me? Is that gonna?
Yeah,
What-
I mean, so you can be. There's nothing illegal with what I said about buying water bottles,
Save one for Eric.
water bottles and selling them in moments like this. It's all about being on top of the market. So if you notice that the stock market's dropping real quick, you either do what Ashley said and wait and see when it's going to go to the bottom and buy it then, or you buy it really fast. Like as soon as Trump speaks, go and buy the water bottles or go and buy all the toilet paper. There's nothing illegal about it. You may have some tension. You may fight a little bit at the store, but it's the same thing as people camping outside and waiting for a video game.
But stock wise, how is that?
But you said $100. You're not gonna make $1,000 from $100 in the stock market.
You can right
But
now.
that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, is it realistic for someone like me who wants to invest, but not really like
Yeah,
invest
totally.
my
There's a lot of
savings?
stocks that are like $8, $5, and you could buy like $10, $50, $20.
Or what do you think the best ones are
Fuck
that are
those stocks.
lower ones?
Fuck
Yeah.
those stocks.
I wouldn't
No,
put-
I'm interested. Stop. Like, I want to hear what he has to say.
So if you have $100, you're saying?
Yeah.
So I would buy a whole bunch of different smaller companies. I wouldn't just go buy one Apple or like one Google, because like how much can you possibly make on that? But there's a better chance to split up that $100 and buy like 4 or 5, maybe 6 different smaller companies that aren't a lot. Like you may think, you hear prices like Amazon's like $1,000 and Apple's like $900, but like Bank of America is like $20 right now, and that's a big bank. Like Bank of America and Chase are great banks. Ashley may disagree, you may disagree, but
She's shaking her
these
head
are
and
these are
rolling her
world
eyes in
hold
the
on these
back.
are world financial banks. These are not small banks. And I'm not saying buy Bank of America. I'm just going off the top of my head with like PayPal is really low. Like Snapchat is really low. Instagram, Facebook, really, really low if you have a little bit more money to spend. But if you're only playing with $100, and a lot of people have not ever invested even $1, so it's scary to put money into a market that you see is really low, and you hear friends saying, oh, I lost half of my portfolio. I spoke to one of my clients today, said I lost $2.3 million today. How was your day? It's like, did you lose 2.3? Because you haven't sold any of your stocks yet. So
yeah.
Ashley was a little bit worried, said, should I sell? Don't
Yeah,
sell. If
because
you don't.
I bought my stocks and they're all half of what they're worth now.
Right.
Which goes back to your point. That's why when it's really all about buying, whatever money you have that you're going to be putting into stock, you're really supposed to technically forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, right now, if I were you and I had $100 to spend, that's exactly what I did. What I did is I watched closely. I was like, okay, that. Bank of America was at $40. I bought it at $34. Right now it's at $21. So I lost half of the money that I
But
put
she
in.
hasn't lost half because
But
she
I
hasn't sold.
Exactly. So
If she
So
holds,
at any given time, it could go up again.
it's gonna
and,
go
and
up
it's
again,
going to get
but
up.
it's probably gonna go way
So what are
down
other?
first.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm asking you. Things like Bank of America. What are other stocks that I could?
Okay, I'm gonna
So-
tell you
so-
my
so just-
personal. Wait,
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna tell you my personal opinion. I drink Starbucks. I drink Dunkin' Donuts. I enjoy Disney. Just went to Universal. I have Bank of America. Those are all stocks. I took out $150 and I bought the Bank of America stock for $40. I bought a Universal stock for $43. I bought random things that I know are eventually gonna pop off, and I don't really sit there and waste $1.50. I think I wasted $12 on something you told me, but I want to see growth. And what I mean by growth is I want to put it in a stock that's a well-known name that I know that's gonna come up eventually, and leave it there and let it sit. Just because you have one stock, you're part of the shareholder. For example, Taco Bell. You eat Taco Bell all the time. Yo eats Taco Bell all the time. So for me, I want to have a piece of what I'm buying. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, do you have any companies or anything that interests you or like stock wise, like that you think that would be good to invest in or no?
I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Well, why don't you start paying attention to us and chime in, asshole?
I got those latex gloves, nitrile.
He's just reselling
Alright,
Purell
I
at this
saved you
point.
one. It's like a big boy, though.
A snack, I'll have it.
I just think, for our generation, it's good to just even be asking these type of questions just to get involved. Like,
Yeah, I'm like so clueless when it comes to stuff like this.
I know people that have bought one stock and just for shits and giggles for $20, and now it's worth $22,000. So, the point of a stock,
$22,000?
they bought it for $20, it's worth $22,000.
What? Who?
I'm not disclosing anybody's secret information. I'm not doing that. But the reality
Well, I'm
is,
pulling Yahtzee.
the reality is, when they bought it for $20, it was actually worth $10. So they bought it for more than it was worth. But now look at him. When he sat and waited on it, he didn't up, down here, recession there, this, that. But throughout the time of the business, it just grows.
Yeah, the thing with investing is like this is money that you should forget about. Like if you're investing $100 in the stock market and you're gonna look at your app every single day and wait for it to hit 105, like you probably shouldn't be investing at 100. You should maybe wait and.
Can I give my money to someone to invest?
Yeah, it's called brokers.
It's called an umbrella.
Can you be my umbrella?
Absolutely.
Are you gonna steal my money?
No, you can have your own app and where you could see. So I have two different apps.
If somebody says link these apps and send me these apps because I gotta start putting my money to good use.
These aren't sponsored ads, but I use Coinbase and
wasting
Robinhood.
my life away.
So she mentioned stocks and crypto. It's two different
portals.
investment profiles,
Right.
but
Okay, so like when we're out of this podcast, I'm gonna download an app so I can put in my money that I have on the side. Which app is that?
Robinhood.
The one we just spoke about during Mercury
In
retrograde.
episode 3.
yeah, I think we mentioned it before.
When it crashed.
So
yeah.
it's back up. It didn't crash. It's over.
Oh
the
no,
crash.
it
These
crashed
apps-
two
these
more
apps
times
crash all
after
the
that.
time.
But the reality.
Should I buy stock in that?
The apps crash all the time.
That's the reality. The problem is there's so many buyers and users and selling. Everybody's freaking out. It's like when you go on your PS4 on Christmas. Like, bro, everybody's on the fucking server. Everybody's on the server. It's like when you're calling your family on New Year's Eve, like that at 12 o'clock.
Okay,
Everyone's just
You're
on
right.
the line, dude. There's nothing you could really do, and there's not enough servers, and there's not enough data to kind of just hold it. It's a fucking little app on an iPhone. They weren't ready for it.
Right, and that's also goes with. It's good that she mentioned those two different apps, is because you don't really want your money in one profile. Just like I personally have multiple banks. Just in case there's a problem with Bank of America, I always have my Chase account. Or if there's a problem with my Chase, or if I lose my Chase account, my debit card or something, and I have to cancel it, I still have another bank account. So it's smart sometimes to have different apps for different investments. So just in case Robinhood goes down and the stock market is, going down or going up, and you're trying to do a quick change, and for some reason the app goes down to prevent you from trading, or it legitimately goes down, at least you have another app to play with. So
But the other one, crypto, what is that? I can still just put my money
crypto's
in
a whole different conversation,
Oh,
and this wasn't even supposed to be a
Yeah,
business.
this isn't.
Whoa,
We just kind
Nelly.
of wanted to dabble in. Maybe this could be like a continuation to the
For
next episode, and we could do like a
Definitely,
two-part series. Because I definitely
definitely.
want to get into this, and I have so many more questions, but I don't want to drag the viewers.
Yeah, I
And
mean, we
listeners.
got a lot of requests about talking business. We
Yes.
all have businesses amongst ourselves,
We
so
should
I think it should be pretty cool
We
to dabble
all have
into.
businesses, we all have
Yes.
full-time jobs, and we all have entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
And we're on a podcast.
Also
We're on
got-
Omnia Podcast.
Got that Lysol
Omnia,
2 for $5.
Omnia. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I think we're gonna that was literally just a teaser, and we'll probably get back to you on episode 6 about business.
And we're also-
Episode 6!
We also have to remind you, if you're on audio only now, we're on a whole bunch of different platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google
Spotify.
Podcasts, YouTube. We're all over the place. If you see
Apple.
the stars, hit 5 stars on us.
Yes,
if that's
5
what you
stars.
feel.
Or
Also, read a
honestly,
little
just
comment.
be honest. Be honest.
No,
Like,
5 stars.
I
period.
want to hear the feedback. I want to hear the real you.
It definitely helps if you hit that subscribe button, you hit the like, you share with your friends, and you engage with us, because we're going to be reading the comments, answering your questions, and sharing a whole bunch of clips. So if you see anything cool, clip it, tag us, hashtag Omnia Podcast, follow us
Comments
at
for you.
Omnia Podcast.
Omnia,
Check us out.
Omnia, episode 5.
Episode 5.
Yeah.